Dear members, I have great pleasure in welcoming you all, especially the new members, to the 10th annual general meeting of the company. The director's report and the audited statement of accounts for the year ended 30th June 1979 have been with you, and with your kind permission I will take them as read. I am sure you would have noticed the leap forward of your company in the year when sales aggregated to rupees 3 crores. This is an increase of more than 40% over the previous year's sales, registering all-round improvement of company's performance. You will be pleased to know that your directors have therefore recommended a dividend of 18% on equity shares. The research and development activity, which is the key to our company's progress, continued to receive due attention. The company has successfully developed and supplied to Kolkata Port authorities transmission equipment as a replacement of imported one, and their reports have been satisfactory. The repeat orders have been received, which has resulted in foreign exchange savings. Our equipment is an universal replacement of existing transmission, both for shunting and mainline applications in locomotives. This is a significant development with immediate and long-term benefits to the company, providing large sales opportunities. Another important development is that your company had been licensed for locomotives up to 400 horsepower. The company had developed designs of 600 horsepower locomotives suited to rugged duties of steel plants, ports, fertilizer plants, etc. But the government had for considerable time held back permission to us to manufacture such locomotives on the plea that Indian Railways were making them. After a long and drawn out debate, we have received the license for locomotives. In the meantime, steel plants requirements have not been met by Indian Railways, and government is obliged today to permit import of such locos, which your company could have supplied had it not been denied permission earlier. I am happy to report that we are currently negotiating sales of this type of locomotives with big industries and hopeful of competing in the world markets. You are fully aware of the unprecedented inflationary trends and extreme shortages of all critical inputs of raw materials, even heavy power cuts, which have affected your company in the current year, including our sub-suppliers. The profit of the company had been greatly reduced, which had to be made up in increasing the sales of our products during the current year. In the year of child, your company made a gift of mini train to the Jawahar Bal Bhavan at Bangalore to replace their 10-year-old train. The happy faces of the children eagerly riding the train must nurture in many of them eagerness to dabble in science and technology. It is our fond hope that many scientists of tomorrow would be from amongst the children who rode our mini train, and their excitement led them to dream of further inventions. I had last year lamented the imbalances created by the government by sudden change of industrial policies which were doing no economic good to any sector. Industrial growth was hampered. Self-reliance as a faith was nearly forgotten. The very faith which had brought India to the fore and earned us the respect of even developed countries. We had many exemplary, appropriate technological developments to offer to other developing countries which they have eagerly sought. The new government has come, knowing the views of those at the helm of affairs now faith in self-reliance, we are sure would once again receive its due place along with many pressing problems of coal, steel, cement and power shortages to which the new government will address itself. The country is poised for rapid economic growth, and the leadership that the new government can provide would set the pace. I must thank our staff and workers in particular who not only were responsible for what we achieved last year but are determined to cross the tough target this year. It is my great privilege to thank you all heartily once again for attending this meeting and move for the adoption of the accounts for the year ended. Dear sirs, we have pleasure in introducing ourselves as one of the leading manufacturers of chemical pumps in India for the past 20 years. These pumps are used in big industries, particularly in textile and defense establishments, and we also export them. Our manufacturing units are situated at Madras and Bangalore. At present, we are in the market for stainless steel rods of different dimensions ranging from 50 millimeter diameter onwards. We shall therefore be much obliged if you could kindly arrange to send us your quotation to enable us to finalize an order for our half-yearly requirement. Please note, in the event of an order being placed on you, you will have to submit physical and chemical analysis test certificates issued from a recognized laboratory. Our usual practice is to get the documents through bank at 60 days site basis. Kindly let us know whether you are agreeable to negotiate the documents through our bankers at 60 days site. We insist on the above procedure as there will normally be many rejections of stainless steel rods received from manufacturers and dealers, and it will be very difficult for us to adjust the accounts when once the materials are paid in advance and got rejected later. We normally get these rods tested in our laboratory also, apart from getting a test certificate from you, which will normally take some time, and therefore we insist on 60 days credit facility. We assure you that the payment will definitely be made on the due date when once the material is accepted by our inspection department in all respects. Our technical director will be visiting your place during next month in connection with industries fair, and we have requested him to discuss further in the matter. Thanking you in the meanwhile. Yours faithfully.